Hello everybody, welcome to the Mr. Steamboat channel. If you subscribed already, a big thumbs up to you. If you're not subscribed, there's a button that says subscribe, there's a little bell for notifications when I upload a new video. And today we are going to be talking stars, and not so much stars, the planets, because every month there's lots of things going on up in the heavens, lots of stars, lots of constellations which move, planets are constantly moving, and certain times of year you can see at a more reasonable hour. You know, rather than getting up at say 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, a reasonable hour. This is always a good time of year to actually see some planets. You don't need a telescope, you don't need binoculars, because you can still see, or it should be a little bit a dot of light in the sky. If you had a telescope, you will see a bit more definition to whatever you're looking at. Binoculars, I'm not sure. I'm not looking for binoculars for long while to see what you would see. You would certainly see the moon with binoculars quite comfortably in craters and whatnot. I'm going to look at this just so I don't get it too wrong here, and I will be putting these pictures up on the screen as I'm talking. But on the 5th of September, if you look, this is British summertime, so that's English time. So if you are in a different part of the world, you've got to kind of work what the time is there. There might be a different time zone affecting it all, but from a British point of view, 5:50 in the morning, so that's really early, so I don't think I'll be getting up that early. But if you looked to the east, you would see Mercury. It'd be quite close to the horizon. You'd actually see the moon above and Mercury would be below. Mercury is always sort of the easiest planet to see to a point, because it's always closest to the sun, because as you may or may not know, all the planets orbit the sun. You've got the sun obviously, then you've got Mercury, then you've got Venus, then you've got us planet Earth, then you've got Mars, and then off they go from there. I won't list them all, but Mercury is always closest to the sun. So if you ever want to see Mercury, you obviously look to see, you know, can you see it at this point, because it could be in the morning or it could be the evening, but it's always going to be just before the sun rises, and there it would be, or it would be just as the sun's about to set, and you would see it then. So on the 5th of September, you will potentially see, if you're up early enough, 10 to 6, you might see Mercury towards the east near the moon. The moon will be up there, Mercury will be down there. So that's a nice one to see. But then let's go to one at a more reasonable hour. This is British summertime at 6 o'clock in the evening. 6 o'clock in the evening. If you look southwest, you will see the moon. The moon will be up here. There'll be a picture again I'm uploading. I've already uploaded it. The moon will be there. Just below the moon, and it's another big bright thing, is the planet Venus. Now if you look through a telescope, maybe binoculars than that one, you won't necessarily see it as a big round planet. Venus, because again it's close to the sun, has like phases like the moon, where the moon has like quarters and half quarters and fulls and all that, full moons. Venus has exactly the same. So at 6 o'clock you see the moon. Just below the moon you will see Venus. So that's another planet you can see, and that's near the Constellation of Virgo. The picture will show you what Virgo looks like. I won't describe it, but if you look for it you might think, oh, I've now seen what Virgo looks like. Virgo is obviously an astrological sign, but it's also a constellation, and that's where Venus is and the moon. So the moon's there, Venus is just below. If you move a little bit more to south-southwest, you will then see Libra, the constellation Libra, right bang in the middle of Libra, because it's like a triangle of Libra. Right bang in the middle is Jupiter. Jupiter is really hard not to miss because it is so bright in the sky. You always see a thing and it's so bright. It's normally one of the 3 or 4 big stars, Sirius and that, or it could be Jupiter. And because we're coming up to September, October and all that, Jupiter is so bright in the sky. You can't see it with the naked eye in terms of definition of the colour of it. You could with a telescope, you probably could with binoculars, but you can certainly see it with the naked eye. That little dot there is Jupiter. You sort of have to know where to look, but this is why this little picture is going to show you where to look. So literally on the 12th of September you can actually see 2 planets in one viewing session. You look south west to see Venus and the moon's just above it, then move to south-southwest and you see Jupiter. So you've seen 2 planets in one go. You might be even able to take a picture of it if you're lucky. Yeah, so if you go a little bit earlier than that, on the 9th of September, look in the same sort of area, the south-southwest, you won't see a moon to guide you. So that's why if you go on the first bit, you can see the moon, you can then work out the two planets. If you go out on the 9th of September, you won't have the moon to guide you. So then you do need to know the constellations Libra and Virgo. Again, the picture will be up on here, so you can try and spot those. But again, you'll see Venus, which will be quite bright in the sky, and that is sort of southwest to south-southwest. And then just move a little bit further around to definitely south-southwest, look up, and you'll see Jupiter, really bright in the sky. So at that point, again, you'll see two planets in the sky, and that's about 6:30 British summer time. So if you're in America, I don't quite know what time that would be. If it's the same sort of time, I don't know. You have to check your little apps. There's lots of astronomy apps out there that will tell you stuff. And the other little one to look for, because it's all happening in September, on the 6th of September, it's a bit later at night. This is at 10 o'clock at night, so it could be past some of your bedtimes. But 10 o'clock at night on the 6th of September, if you again look south-southwest, there's the constellation Sagittarius, which is, again, look at the picture, it's a very complicated constellation. I may get to do constellations, the easy ones to find, because there are easy ones to find at certain points of the year. But anyway, if you look south-southwest at 10 o'clock British summertime, you will see Saturn there. It's just there in the constellation Sagittarius. Now, if you look a little bit further towards the south, you would actually see Pluto. You wouldn't see that with the naked eye, I don't think. You may even have trouble seeing it with a telescope. But Pluto is almost bang in the middle of Sagittarius. So, yeah, you might see it, you might not. Look at the picture, look at Sagittarius, you can see where Pluto is, have a rough idea where you're looking, you might see it. But Saturn you'll definitely see. And if you have a telescope, and again, maybe binoculars, I've not really looked at planets with binoculars to see, but certainly from a telescope point of view, Saturn is the best planet to see. Why is that? Because with a telescope you will see rings. You will see the rings of Saturn. It's the coolest planet to see. You know, yes, there's more going on in some of the other planets, but it's the coolest planet to see. You will see rings. You will see rings, trust me. You will see rings. But on that same night, again, on the 6th of September, you've got Saturn, you've got Pluto in Sagittarius, which you may or may not see. Then keep on heading around towards south, and you will see the planet Mars. So again, there's 3 planets in one night. One you're probably not going to see, but you're certainly going to see Mars and Saturn in one night at 10 o'clock. So that's why I'm putting this little update, that in one night you're going to see 2 planets. That's a cool thing. If you've got a telescope, it's going to be even cooler. If it's not, all you're going to see little dots in the skies. But at least you can say to someone with a bit of intelligence, you can say, see that little dot there? That dot is a planet. I know, because I just know stuff. So it's a good thing to do. Just go out there and have a look up in the skies. I may do a little more updates as we go on when some of the more constellations come up, and we'll talk about constellations because there are some really easy constellations to find, and then you get to learn a little bit in the sky. There's lots of constellations out there, and I won't go for all of them, but I'll pick out some of the big ones. As I'd said in my meteor shower with the Perseids, Andromeda, the W, which I think is a W, or is it an M at the minute? I think it's a W at the minute. Go back onto that blog, you can see that will still be pretty much there. You can find that constellation really, really easy, the W, really easy. So that's basically what's going on in the heavens during the month of September. So if you do see anything through a telescope or the eye, just put a little comment along here, because I'd be interested to see if you've actually seen any of these little planets.